Hey everyone, it's Lane with Tim's Nation. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the Iron Hands, Iron Storm Spearhead I'm taking today into DJ's Grey Knights. So, finally back playing my own army here after that last round of the tournament where I had to play DJ's Grey Knights. Glad to have my own models back on the table and generaling and push them around. So, today we're running Iron Hands. Iron Hands in the balanced data slate got some nerfs. But the list I was building, I don't think didn't really bother me that much. So basically, in this list, we've got some tanks, but we also have 3 squads of Plasma Inceptors. I think the Plasma Inceptors are really good in Iron Hands because they get the free reroll. And you can do the reroll and the hit roll because they're twin links. So they're going to reroll their wound rolls anyways. So it's a nice little efficient use of the army rule. But we do still have some tanks. One of the things I'm having fun with is a 6-man brick of aggressors led by Pharos. Pharos gives them a 5-up feel no pain, so this makes them real durable and chunky. I just plan to drive them right up the middle of the table, put them out there so that my opponent, in this case DJ, just has to deal with them. They're pretty durable normally, but when they give them a 5-up feel no pain, they get extra chunky. So just hoping to cause problems with those aggressors and make my opponents play around those. So, but yeah, the enhancements changed for Iron Hands, so they're no longer auras. They're just the lethal hits and the fall back and shoot or advance and shoot enhancements. Now you just pick one vehicle in your command phase, and it gets that benefit if they're within range of the models. So I just dropped them. I do have one enhancement on the one tech marine I have that I forget what it's called, but it's the one that zeroes out a failed armor save. TJ doesn't have a ton of shooting. I don't think he's going to be able to do much into the Land Raider until he gets into combat with it, but it might not be super useful in this game. But the idea is, again, I want to put those aggressors in the Land Raider, shoot them up the table, do some damage with them, and just cause problems. Essentially force my opponent to play around them in the game. So other than that, just some tanks, a couple of squads of jump pack intercessors. We'll go through the whole list here, and I'll kind of talk about what changes we made based on the balance data slate, that sort of thing. So here we go. Here's the list. All right, guys. These are Iron Hands because I am taking Iron Father Pharos. I tried a couple lists with doing Dark Angels and putting Azrael in there, and I just this aggressor thing with Pharos is a lot more fun, so I will probably do some more experimenting with Dark Angel Iron Storm Spearhead just to get the CP generation, because CP are going to be so important in this our new missions, our Pariah Nexus missions. So, but anyways, this is just Iron Hands and the Iron Storm Spearhead. Iron Storm Spearhead just gives me 1 reroll of a hit or a wound or a damage. That's an or for each unit each time it attacks. And I tried to kind of make use of that with some of the weapons, some of the units we have here. So going down the line, we have 2 characters. One is Iron Father Pharos. This guy has the regular tech marine stuff. Like if he's by himself, he has the low op if he's within 3 inches of a vehicle. But he can also repair a vehicle for flat 3. But anytime he leads a unit, he gives that unit feel no pain, 5-up feel no pain. He is in Gravis armor, so that just means that he can only lead Gravis. So he can lead Eradicators, he can lead aggressors or heavy intercessors. Today he's leading a 6-man brick of aggressors. Next, we do have a Tech Marine. Like I said, the Tech Marine, he has the enhancement Adept of the Omnissiah, which just allows him to zero out 1 failed armor save for a vehicle, I think within 6 inches of him once per battle round. Other than that, he's still a Tech Marine. He still heals vehicles and gives them +1 to hit. So I hope if I manage my CP well, the Gladiator Reaper getting a +1 to hit, and then shooting it into an Oath target and getting full rerolls to hit, and popping off the Mercious Weakness. The Mercious Weakness is now 2 CP, but that gives us a sustained on 5-ups. And anytime the Reaper shoots a twin-linked heavy onslaught Gatling cannon at infantry, it's sustained 2. So all 5-ups to hit would become 3 hits in total. So we'll see if I manage my CP well enough today to make use of that, but that's kind of the plan. So it's going to be a Tech Marine babysitting a couple of Gladiator Reapers. So on to the infantry. We have a 6-man aggressor squad. These are the Bolt Storm aggressors. They get extra AP when they shoot the nearest target, which is going to be helpful, I hope, because DJ's entire army has 2-up saves today. And again, they'll be getting that 5-up feel no pain from Pharaoh's Manas, or Ironfather Pharaoh's when he's leading them, which just to makes them that extra level of durability. They're already toughness 6, 3 wounds apiece, 3-up armor, but then they give them a 5-up feel no pain, and they'll be tough to chew through. So they're not obviously when they punch in combat, they're pretty good. And Pharaoh's has a pretty good set of close combat attacks. He's basically like an angry tech marine already. You know, after other tech marines get angry when a vehicle near them is destroyed, but he already has a bunch of attacks. He has 6 attacks with his main weapon and 2 with his little one. So he can contribute to the punching that they do, because all those aggressors are twin link power fists. So we'll see how much damage they do today, but really they're just there to be a nuisance up in the middle of the table or shooting into the deployment zone, because they're going to be riding around in the Land Raider. So then we got 2 5-man squads of assault intercessors with jump packs. I love these guys. They're great for going around and scoring, obviously, with a 12-inch move. That's super important, but they can do some damage because they do impact mortals and a fair number of attacks in combat. It's going to be tough into the Grey Knights with their 2-up saves, but they're also a good subject for the grenade strat. So if I do need to do some damage, I can get close to them, throw a grenade, do a couple mortals, charge, do a couple more mortals on the charge, and then do a little damage in combat. So we'll see how they perform today. Again, damage is going to be tricky today from the infantry. But moving on, we have 3-mans of Plasma Inceptors. The missions now in the Pariah Nexus, it requires even more units that can get places and do actions. And with their 3-inch deep strike, the Plasma Inceptors are really strong for that sort of thing. And I like them in Iron Storm because they can use that, as I said, they can use the reroll to hit because they are twin linked with their plasmas. So they're going to reroll their wounds anyways. So I might as well use one of the rerolls to hit just to make them a little more efficient. Hopefully they don't blow themselves up today, because I know I'm going to be overcharging every time I shoot a DJ because I need to get up to AP3 on those. We do have a tall piece of terrain here. We'll see if we can deep strike onto a tall piece of terrain and get some plunging fire. Hopefully I can pull that off. I don't know, but keep an eye out for that. And then next we've got some vehicles. We have 1 Ballistus Dreadnought. Now the Ballistus, it's got 2 las cannon shots and 2 crack missile shots. Now, the nice thing about him is that he rerolls hits into targets that are half strength above, meaning I can save the Iron Hands reroll for the wound roll on either the las cannon or crack missiles. Some nice efficiency there. It pairs well into the Iron Storm Spearhead detachment. Next, we have a Gladiator Lancer. Again, the Gladiator Lancer, his innate ability is to reroll 1 hit, 1 wound, and 1 damage roll, and then add to the Iron Hands reroll. It just means he does not need to target the Oath of Moment target. He gets enough rerolls to make him pretty efficient without that. Then we have 2 Gladiator Reapers. Now, the Reapers are great. They have a 12-shot twin-linked heavy onslaught Gatling cannon on top there that gets sustained 2 anytime they shoot into infantry. So they are going to be going after the Oath of Moment targets, because getting the rerolls and getting more 6s is just going to help them generate more hits. And their heavy onslaught Gatling cannons are twin-linked and have dev wounds. So we're just going to fish for 6s and hopefully get through some of that hard-to-pierce Grey Knight armor. And then we do have 1 Vindicator. I think this might be the first time I put this on the channel here. Got a Vindicator, got him painted up recently. So the Vindicator just has a great shooting attack. It's a little swinging because it is D6 damage, but his big gun, his Demolisher Cannon, 24-inch range, D6 plus 3 shots, blast, strength 14, AP3, D6 damage. So hopefully he'll be able to chew through some of these infantry with his high AP. His special rule is that if he's tied up in is an engagement range, he can still shoot his blast weapon in or out of combat and does not suffer the -1 penalty when doing so, the -1 to hit penalty. So he doesn't mind too much if he gets tied up. Then finally, we've got a Land Raider Crusader. I didn't have quite the points to put the Redeemer in here. I love the Flamers and the Redeemer, but the Redeemer did get more expensive. So we're going to try out the Crusader because he did get cheaper. This will be a tough game for the Crusader because he's got a ton of bolters. And again, DJ will be getting 2-up saves on anything. So we'll be lucky to get some through. But if I'm in rapid fire range, it does get 24 shots with the bolters, and they are twin linked, so I get to reroll wounds and hopefully get some damage through that way. Hopefully DJ rolls some ones, but it's still got a multi-melta twin linked assault cannon on there, storm bolter, and 100 killer missiles, so it still has some damage output. It's I'm really looking forward just because the extra 12 inches. The 12-inch move is really nice because most Land Raiders are 10, but the Crusader does have a 12-inch move, so it's just going to be better for delivering those aggressors to where I want them and to where DJ doesn't want them. So that is the list. So part of this list is built around a Tech Marine buffing up a Gladiator Reaper, and that Gladiator Reaper shooting the Oath of Moment target and using the Mercy as Weakness strat. So the Mercy as Weakness stratagem gives you sustained on 5-ups, and because the Gladiator Reaper's big gun gets sustained 2 into infantry, it just means you can get a ton of hits, especially if you're re-rolling because you're going into your Oath target. Now, the problem is they nerfed Mercy's Weakness by making it 2 CP instead of 1, so I don't know how often I'll be able to use that. Depends on how many secondaries I got to pitch and how many extra CP I get throughout the game. The shoot back strat is really good. I don't know how much damage DJ is going to do to my tanks in shooting, so I might not get the opportunity to do that very often. The 1 CP shoot back strike is really strong, but usually, I mean, he's got side cannons, but most of his damage is going to be coming in to the tanks will be in the fight phase if he gets in there, because there's not a whole lot of shooting he has that's going to do the work. If it does, I'm going to shoot him back. If he gets one of those vehicles below half strength from shooting, I will shoot him back. But I'm not real high in hopes in terms of that happening. The other fun thing is that I got a Land Raider that I'm just going to shove right up the middle of the board. If he does get into close combat and does destroy that, for 1 CP, I can have it auto-explode. I don't have to roll a D6 to see if it explodes. And because of its number of wounds, it does do D6 mortals to everybody within 6 inches. So maybe that'll come into play today. It's important because mortals are one of the best ways to get into Grey Knights, just because the insane armor save they have. So anyways, follow me over to the battle report. Let's see how the Iron Hands Iron Storm Spearhead do today.